Buckle up, because this story makes the Kardashians look like monks on a meditation retreat. We're talking about T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, who just got dethroned in his own palace, not by a rival rapper, but by his baby mama with the precision of a Wall Street hacker and the fury of a tax audit. Word on the digital street is that she cleaned him out so fast, even Wells Fargo called to ask if he was okay, and right when you thought that was dramatic enough, enter King Harris, T.I.'s son, the young prince who went from flexing chains to losing his chill live on camera. The meltdown. Legendary. The memes. Nuclear. Twitter hasn't seen chaos like this since Will Smith redefined slap etiquette. What started as a quiet family dispute exploded into a full-blown digital circus, with King Harris calling out his parents, fans picking sides, and T.I. delivering a calm statement that sounded anything but calm. But what really went down behind those mansion doors? How did a music mogul become the main character of the messiest family scandal of the year? Let's crack this open, because this tea just turned platinum. Let's rewind to the day the Harris household turned from hip-hop royalty to reality TV chaos. It started quietly, too quietly, until T.I. posted that cryptic Instagram story, a black screen with the words, "Sometimes the people closest to you rob you with a smile." Fans thought it was a lyric tease. Little did they know this was a real-life confessional disguised as poetry. Within hours, whispers started flooding the internet. T.I.'s baby mama cleaned him out. She took his cars, accounts, and his patience. Social media turned into an online courthouse, and everybody was the judge. Screenshots appeared faster than refund requests on Fyre Festival. Bank statements, credit limits, jewelry receipts. Fans were dissecting every pixel like detectives on Red Bull, apparently. This wasn't just about money, it was about power. The alleged drama began when T.I. tried to restructure their co-parenting finances. Translation: he wanted to tighten the purse strings. But his baby mama, who we'll just call the Queen of Payback, decided to restructure something too. Its entire bank account. Word on the block says she had access to more passwords than an Apple engineer. And when T.I. tried to lock her out, she made one final transaction, the type that made accountants weep and lawyers salivate. Overnight, tens of thousands relocated from his accounts to hers like a digital prison break. T.I. reportedly found out the next morning when his assistant called. Panicked. "Boss, the Amex just said declined." Imagine being a man worth millions and hearing that word. That's not a decline, that's a declaration of war. Meanwhile, King Harris, the internet's favorite chaos magnet, was already going live like TMZ with a vengeance. In full dramatic fashion, he shouted, "Man, y'all don't even know. My pop's trippin'. My mama trippin'. This whole family fake as hell." The live had no chill, no filter, no pause, just raw frustration and teenage fury. Within minutes, the clip spread across every gossip page like wildfire on premium gasoline. And the fans, oh, they were eating it up like Thanksgiving leftovers. Comments like "this family stays trending more than Drake's albums." And even Zeus Network couldn't write this script started rolling in. People couldn't decide if they should laugh, cry, or take notes. Back at Casa de T, insiders say it was like a scene straight out of Empire. T.I. pacing the floor, muttering, "I built this," while King Harris stormed around demanding answers, and the baby mama allegedly smirking somewhere with Wi-Fi and revenge. Now here's where it gets wild. Someone leaked an alleged voice memo from T.I., arguing over the phone, saying, "You ain't talking, what's mine? I earned every penny." To which a woman's voice calmly replied, "You earned it, but you forgot who helped you spend it." The internet lost it. Fans started quoting that line like it was Shakespeare meets Shade Room. The story snowballed faster than a Twitter rumor. Every blog from Hollywood Unlocked to The Neighborhood Talk had their version. Some said she drained his personal accounts. Others swore she moved out with jewelry, designer bags, and even the car titles. Whether true or not, the narrative was locked. T.I. got played in 4K. And what did the man himself do? He stayed silent, at least at first. But that silence only made it worse. You know the rule when a celebrity doesn't speak? The internet invents their script. Suddenly, people were digging up old interviews, analyzing old lyrics, claiming he predicted his own downfall. One fan even wrote, "When T.I. said big things poppin', he wasn't lying. His assets really popped." Savage. Meanwhile, King Harris couldn't stay offline. The kid went live again the next morning, ranting about how fake love runs the family and that money changes everything. He claimed his parents were arguing over pride, not parenting. And then he dropped the bomb. "This ain't even the first time." The chat exploded. Wait, what? The first time? Now, this wasn't the first time the Harris family found themselves trending for family drama, but this one hit differently. It wasn't music beef. It wasn't Hollywood gossip. It was personal, raw, and embarrassingly public. Fans started comparing the Harris household to a hip-hop version of Succession, except with fewer suits and more shouting. Insiders say T.I. finally snapped when he saw clips of King's live sessions circulating on blogs. He allegedly called his son directly, furious that their family business had become entertainment. But King wasn't backing down. "Y'all been playing me like I'm dumb," he said reportedly before hanging up. For a moment, it looked like 3 generations of Harris ego had collided, and none of them were walking away. Clean dot. Then came the photos. T.I.'s baby mama, the woman, at the center of the storm, posted a carousel on Instagram with the caption, "New beginnings cost old baggage." She was posing beside a black SUV, holding shopping bags like a music video villain who just pulled off a heist. The comments, a battlefield, half cheering her on like she was Robin Hood, the other half calling her the IRS in heels. And right there, in the middle of that comment storm, King Harris liked the post. The internet detected it in 12 seconds. Suddenly, people were saying King took his mom's side. T.I. lost his family and his followers. The chaos hit nuclear. Still, I didn't speak. Days passed. The man known for long speeches, big vocabulary, and 16-bar sermons on Instagram suddenly went mute. Fans joked, T.I. opening the dictionary looking for words stronger than betrayal. Then, finally, a post appeared on his Instagram feed. Him sitting in a studio staring at the mic. Caption, "Real men handle pain in silence." No tag. No context. Just a heavy quote and a heavier silence. The comments were savage. "Bro, you ain't silent. You posted this." Another wrote, "This silence got more captions than albums." But that's the thing about scandals. Silence doesn't end them. It feeds them. Everyone wanted receipts, closure, revenge, something. And in the meantime, King Harris, the self-proclaimed next generation of the hustle, became the family's unofficial spokesperson. His every live, every story, every tweet became a tabloid headline. The once royal Harris brand was now the hottest mess in hip-hop, and trust me, that's saying something in an industry where every week someone's done for good. And somewhere behind the scenes, T.I.'s PR team was probably praying harder than church ladies on Easter Sunday, because the damage control plan had officially failed before it even started. But the story wasn't over. The public wanted blood, and they were about to get it, because when T.I. finally opened his mouth, the words didn't sound like a man forgiving or forgetting. They sounded like a man ready to fight back. When T.I. finally broke his silence, it didn't sound like healing, it sounded like a press conference hosted by petty royalty. The man went live in full motivational speaker mode, talking about loyalty, betrayal, and how people bite the hand that fed them gourmet. His vocabulary was doing gymnastics. You could practically hear him flipping through the dictionary mid-sentence. "Listen here, partner," he began, adjusting his hat like it owed him respect. When an individual violates the sanctity of integrity, reciprocity ceases to exist in the realm of respect. Translation: she took his money and he mad as hell. The internet ate it up. Some people were cheering, others were confused, most were laughing. One tweet said, "Bro just said a whole paragraph that means she did me dirty." Memes flooded every corner of the web. T.I. pointing at a whiteboard labeled Etymology of Betrayal. Christian Rock reacting like, "Sir, what?" Even dictionary companies were trending. Merriam-Webster posted, "We'd like to thank T.I. for keeping words alive." But beneath the laughter, the message was clear. T.I. felt robbed, embarrassed, and outsmarted. He hinted that lawyers were handling business quietly, but the internet doesn't do quiet. Screenshots of alleged legal filings started circulating. Real or fake didn't matter. Fans were hooked. Then came King Harris, the heir to the Chaos Crown. If T.I. was trying to be philosophical, King was pure reality TV energy. He jumped on Instagram Live mid-rant, shirt off, diamonds shining, yelling, "Man, forget all that dictionary talk. My family, fake. My pops talk too much, my mama talk too loud, and I'm stuck in the middle." The live peaked at over 150,000 viewers, more than some Netflix pilots. At one point, King looked directly into the camera and said, "Everybody in this house care more about followers than family." Boom. That line hit like a mic drop. Within minutes, it was everywhere. TikTok edits, YouTube shorts, even Twitter bios. Someone even made a remix over a trap beat titled "Followers Over Family Feet." King Harris. Meanwhile, T.I. tried to keep his cool, but the man couldn't resist. He went live again hours later, calm face, furious tone. "King gone. Learn that you don't air dirty laundry in the streets," he said, sipping tea like a mob boss in therapy. Fans flooded the comments. "Sir, the laundry already hanging on every blog." And as if the universe wanted more spice, Tiny Harris finally stepped in. She posted a vague Instagram story. A black background with the words, "Some folks forget who fed them when they get full." The fans went full CSI mode. Is that about King, the baby mama? T.I.? Nobody knew, but everyone had an opinion. The Shade Room's comment section turned into a war zone. One fan wrote, "This family needs a group chat, not a publicist." Another said, "T.I. talking like Thanos, King acting like Blueface, and Tiny just tired." Then the celebrities started weighing in because Hollywood can smell chaos like sharks smell blood. 50. Cent posted a meme of himself eating popcorn. "This Harris show better than Power." Boozy tweeted, "T.I. should have kept that hush money on lock." "Baby mamas be having CIA access." Charlemagne said on The Breakfast Club, "This is what happens when clout becomes the head of the household." It was open season on the Harris family. And through it all, T.I.'s baby mama, the woman who allegedly cleaned him out, was unbothered. She posted vacation pictures in a tropical villa, captioned, "Peace costs, and I paid in full." The internet screamed. One user wrote, "She's the villain and the main character." Another said, "She pulled a Beyoncé but with cash withdrawals." By now, the family wasn't just trending. They were trending internationally. UK tabloids called it hip-hop's most chaotic divorce that isn't a divorce. Bloggers in South Africa wrote think pieces about T.I. and the anatomy of ego. Every clip, every quote was monetized. Then came the unfiltered meltdown. King Harris went live again, but this time, it got ugly. In the middle of an emotional rant, he yelled, "Y'all think I care about that man's legacy? I'm making my own." The comments froze. You could hear fans gasping through the Wi-Fi. Did he just disrespect T.I. on live? Screenshots spread faster than wildfire in July. Every gossip page reposted it with fire emojis and captions like, "King Harris declares independence." The next morning, King trended #1 on Twitter, above the actual Super Bowl T.I., of course, responded the only way he knows, with wisdom mixed with wrath. On another live, because apparently this family holds staff meetings on Instagram. He said, "Ain't no love lost, just lessons learned." Translation, you talk slick again. And you grounded till 2030. By now, fans were calling for a reality show. One comment summed it up perfectly. "We don't need Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We need Surviving the Harrises." But under the chaos, something deeper was happening. Fans noticed that T.I. looked tired, not angry, just drained. The internet clowning had turned into a full-scale humiliation tour. Even his business partners started backing away quietly. A brand deal for his podcast reportedly paused future collaborations. Still, T.I. stayed defiant. He started dropping cryptic captions again. Loyalty ain't lost, it's leased. He even teased a new track called Cashed Out But Classy. The man was literally turning heartbreak into bars. Meanwhile, King went quiet for a day. Then he came back with a post saying, "Y'all can't cancel what y'all didn't create." Fans screamed. He got that line from Blueface. Others replied, no, he got it from his daddy. Either way, chaos continued trending. Then came a wild twist. Leaked DMs allegedly showed King messaging his dad's baby mama, apologizing for the drama, but she left him on scene. That alone created a new wave of memes. She ghosted the heir to the throne. One tweet read, Angela Yee even jumped into the gossip, saying on air, "If you think your family's messy, just be grateful you're not a Harris." By now, what began as a financial feud had evolved into a public implosion of ego, pride, and pain. Fans weren't just entertained, they were obsessed. Think pieces popped up everywhere about the fall of family values in hip-hop. But let's be real, nobody clicked those. They were too busy refreshing King's live. The internet crowned this scandal the Harris Civil War. And at the center of it, T.I. wasn't just fighting for his money anymore, he was fighting for his image, his legacy, and his title as the Wise One. But as every empire knows, it's not the enemies outside that destroy you, it's the ones inside your Wi-Fi connection. And when the next blow landed, it didn't come from an ex or a blogger. It came from King himself, by the time the dust settled. The Harris household didn't look like a family anymore. It looked like a public relations war zone. T.I. As silence had turned into speeches, King's rants became soundtracks, and his baby mama. She was somewhere sipping champagne, watching it all unfold like a season finale she already got paid for. It all started again one Sunday night because, of course, chaos doesn't take weekends off. King Harris hopped on live, this time looking calmer, collected, but still carrying that "I got something to say" energy. "Y'all think y'all know everything," he said, tone sharp. But y'all only see clips? My dad. My pops be playing this wise man role for the internet. But behind closed doors, it's a different movie." Boom, the internet froze. People stopped scrolling mid-TikTok. Within seconds, #TExposed was trending like a new album drop. Fans didn't need context, they just needed drama. King continued, voice trembling with anger. "He told me not to air the family business, but he'd been airing me out in interviews for years. Every time I slip up, it's a headline. Every time he slip up, it's a lesson in manhood. I'm done protecting his image." That was it. The heir had declared war on the king. Asterisk within minutes. Gossip blogs dropped back-to-back posts like news bulletins. King Harris blasts his father. T.I. exposed by his own son. Family empire crumbles live. T.I., naturally, wasn't about to let that slide. Hours later, he uploaded a video that could only be described as TED Talk meets diss track energy. Sitting in his luxury office, the man leaned back, adjusted his glasses, and started slow. "Let me educate the uninformed," he said. Every syllable dipped in controlled rage. "See, discipline without understanding becomes rebellion. And rebellion without wisdom becomes chaos." Translation? "My son wiled in, but I still got the mic." But King wasn't done either. Oh no, he jumped back on live during his father's video, reacting in real time like a YouTube commentator. "This man tack on, like he at Harvard," King said, rolling his eyes. "Bro, this ain't a podcast, this is pain." The comment section went nuclear. Thousands of fans typed "father versus son" live. Like they were buying tickets to a boxing match. Even celebrities started picking sides. Snoop Dogg posted a meme that said, family first until Wi-Fi connects. Boosie went live laughing, saying, "Man, T.I. and King need a versus. Who can argue better addition?" And 50 Cent. Course he couldn't resist. He posted a clip of the argument with the caption, "You can't spell Harris without air." They keep airing everything. Behind the viral chaos, though, insiders claimed it got real serious offline. One family friend allegedly said, "I tried calling King to hash things out, but King blocked his number. Blocked his father." Fans couldn't believe it. "King really said family plan? Who?" One tweet read, "Meanwhile, T.I.'s baby mama, the original spark of this wildfire, popped up again, like a plot twist. She went live too, claiming, 'Y'all don't even know the half. I didn't take nothing that wasn't mine. I just made sure my time wasn't wasted.' The audacity had the internet applauding. One fan wrote, "She cleaned him out and cleaned her conscience." By this point, the Harris saga had reached legendary status. YouTubers were dropping 40-minute breakdowns. TikTok edits had millions of views, and think pieces started calling it the modern Shakespearean tragedy of hip-hop. And while everyone laughed, argued, and posted memes, something changed in T.I.'s tone. He went quiet again, but this time not out of pride, out of exhaustion. For once, no dictionary words. No lectures, just silence. The man who built a career on talking now had nothing left to say. Then, plot twist number 1000. King Harris posted a throwback photo. Him and T.I. on stage when he was a kid, captioned, "We good, just heated." The internet collectively gasped. Reconciliation. Maybe, but then he added another line underneath. "Still don't mean he, right?" The piece lasted about 3 hours. The tabloids rejoiced Harris family reunion, but fans knew better. This wasn't closure. This was a ceasefire before the next bomb. 'Cause the next morning, Tiny went live calm, composed, and clearly over it. She said, "I love both my men, but sometimes pride talk louder than love." That one sentence shut the internet down. Fans called her the realest one in the room. The Shade Room captioned it. Tiny finally breaks her silence with class. Meanwhile, King dropped a new song on SoundCloud titled Legacy Check. The lyrics? Brutal. It's raised by a legend, still feel neglected, built my own name, they ain't respected. It was raw, honest, and viral in minutes. The internet didn't know whether to cry or clap. And right when everyone thought this saga was finally cooling off, T.I. dropped his own freestyle on Instagram the next day. Bars, pure bars. "My bloodline royal, my patience loyal, can't crown a king who still spoil." Fans screamed. Did he just diss his own son in verse? Twitter went up in flames. "This ain't a family feud, it's a family mixtape." Someone tweeted, "Memes flooded timelines. T.I. and King photoshopped on a boxing ring. Microphones as weapons. Tiny holding a referee flag. At this point, the family wasn't just a trending topic, they were pop culture currency. Brands joked about them in captions. Podcasts milked them for content. Everyone had an opinion, and every opinion went viral. But behind the noise, there was something undeniably tragic. A father and son fighting for respect in public. A woman tired of being overlooked, taking her revenge in silence. A family that once symbolized success now symbolized spectacle. T.I. might have lost money, but King lost innocence, and the world watched both happen in real time. Still, there's one thing you can never deny about the Harris family. They know how to turn pain into prime-time entertainment. Every scandal, every heartbreak, every viral clip keeps their name on everyone's lips. And when reporters asked T.I. weeks later how he felt about it all, he simply said, "I love my family, but I learned that silence don't mean peace. Sometimes it just means I'm plotting smarter." Translation: this saga ain't over. Not even close. Because in the Harris household, forgiveness might be optional, but revenge, that's hereditary. And just like that, another royal meltdown ends, or at least hits pause before the next family group chat turns into breaking news. Because, let's be honest, peace in the Harris household lasts about as long as a TikTok trend. One minute they're bonding over brunch. The next minute, someone's on live exposing who didn't pay the light bill. I tried to drop wisdom, King dropped a track, and the baby mama. She dropped receipts and her location pin at the bank. This wasn't just drama, this was a masterclass in generational chaos. Netflix, call them. Zeus Network, move over. This family could fund your entire catalog with one argument. But here's the real takeaway. Fame might buy you mansions, cars, and clout, but it can't buy peace, loyalty, or family group chat silence. These folks turn therapy sessions into content. And you? You watched every second. Don't lie. You've stayed for the mess and the memes. So if you're addicted to scandals that make Hollywood look wholesome, you're in the right place. Smash that like button like it owes you back pay. Drop your wildest theory in the comments and subscribe so hard your screen shakes. Because around here, we don't chase drama. We schedule it tomorrow's secret. Already loading. Next, meltdown. Probably trending. And the truth. It always leaks. Eventually, this is Expose Express, where the tea's never mild, the stories never sleep, and your favorite celebs never learn. Stay tuned. Because the next scandal might just outdo this one. Expose Express, where we spill it, spin it, and serve it hot. Serve it hot.